3 years ago, I was giving anesthesia to a patient, and we got to talking, and I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he was a pastor. And I said, oh, that's really cool. Where's your church? And he told me. And he said, yeah, this summer we're going to Africa on a medical mission. I said, wow, I've always wanted to do that. He said, well, we need a doctor. So I said, well, okay, I'll go. So that summer, after some preparation, my wife and I and about 12 other people went to Tanzania. And I do anesthesia, but they needed a primary care person, so I knew enough primary care. So we go to Tanzania, we get all the preparations, the airline tickets, the visa, the vaccinations for malaria. I brush up on what little tropical medicine I knew. I helped fundraise, I helped organize equipment that we were going to ask people to donate. We arranged childcare for my son. I mean, it was a lot of work. But finally, after flying to Amsterdam and then to Dar es Salaam, we arrived in Tanzania late at night and had a plan to set up our little base hospital and start treating people. The big part of the equation that I didn't count on, I knew it would have privations because our sleeping quarters weren't comfortable, there was no air conditioning, weren't really beds, there were just these little cots on the ground. There was no hot water. But by far, the greatest sacrifice was the food. I love to eat. I love to eat. As a matter of fact, I used to weigh 40 pounds more than I weigh now. And I learned to eat better and exercise a lot, but no one loves to eat more than me. So we get up for that breakfast that morning, and I never figured, even though it was the local cuisine and the people had enough food to eat, that food could possibly be so bad. I don't mean this in a mean way, I just mean it in a factual way. The Tanzanian idea of food is not what you and I think of as food. So for breakfast, we have something that looked like an egg. I don't know what you could do to an egg, how bad it could be, but you know, when you hard boil an egg, what can you do to it? But something was done to it, I don't know. You'd open it up and it was green. And, you know, green eggs and ham, something like that. There was white bread, and I don't eat white bread because as a rule of thumb, everything white to eat is bad. Potatoes, rice, sugar, it's all bad for you. It's terrible. As a doctor, I can tell you that. Except white wine.
That has no sugar.
We've got the egg, and we've got the white bread, and we have white rice, and we have something that I eventually called glop, because I didn't know what it was. It was like this meat that was like green and in some kind of thing, and I just, my wife, who also loves to eat and is an excellent chef, we looked at each other, how are we going to survive 2 weeks? As a matter of fact, I lost 12 pounds. So where does the lie come in? Well, every day after the work was done, we would sit with the villagers and drink coffee, which was part of the ritual to meet the tribal chief and show our gratitude for being invited there to serve the people, and we'd have coffee. And one night, as a gesture by the chief, he invited us to his home for dinner. And so this is where the white lies come in, because what is a white lie after all? A white lie is a lie told not to hurt someone's feelings or to reveal your true feelings. That's what a white lie is. So I was thinking, could it possibly be that we're going to get some real food? Because we had gone into town and gotten something close to real food in a restaurant, even though it was far off from American standards. Well, we got to the house of the tribal leader, and it was chicken, but like the foot was still on the chicken, you know? And it was more glop and more white rice and just more stuff of that ilk. but more of it. And so the bottom line is, when I got back on the KLM flight, I told the lady to bring me as many airline foods as possible and to bring that drink card to me because I was starving. And the first thing we did when we got back to Dulles Airport was not go home and unpack, was to go right here to the pizza place and order a pizza. And that's how we told the white lie about food.